pull up and just kind of chop it up about ideas of conversation that I feel like, maybe black people just don't really have.
Yeah.
Men, maybe just, it's a man thing too, not even just black, but it's prevalent in blacks. So I have a couple questions if we just gonna talk about and just kind of let it be free and just let it be, space.
Facts.
So the first thing is kind of asking about, or speaking on the fact of like how it sucks that like I say, black people or men, there's not like a safe space to speak about like emotional topics. You see a rise in it a little bit now, like in the music, like you see a little NBA young boys and like Kodaks and like that they starting to be more emotional in the music, which is like showing that expression that's been like held back on these street niggas, on these real like black aggressive figures, but you see this emotional like outbreak through the music type shit. Even though they still talk that gangster shit and that street shit, they're starting to open up to this side.
Right.
But that's on the main, but I'm kind of talking about for like the regular people on a day-to-day, and this is just from me talking to folks and really seeing people like really having these conversations. And like, damn, bro, niggas don't know how to have these conversations.
Right.
Niggas ain't really talking like
facts. They don't know what questions to ask.
Exactly. They don't even know how to dissect how they feel about some shit. They don't know if it's right or wrong to feel how they feel, and even how to diagnose that in their own self. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to dive in from there.
Yeah.
Let it ride.
Okay. Well, shit. I guess just tapping in on the very last thing you said, just like being able to dive in. I feel like knowing yourself is like stature, like, you know what I'm saying, like foundation type shit. You know what I'm saying? If you don't do that first, you're not gonna have nothing to stand on. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be sure in anything. You know what I'm saying? And anything that comes to you, you're not gonna know how to make a real decision, and you're gonna feel like every response you get is a negative consequence. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not sure in what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So because some consequences appear negative but are actually saving you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you gotta know what you're doing. You gotta know yourself. And that's like foundation. I feel like that's a great place to like start.
Knowing yourself is the foundation. Of everything. And I would even just say like, how do you think it changes? Almost like, how do you think it changes for like people who are dealing with this? Like, yes, know yourself, or how do you set up and allow yourself to like break forward, maybe?
Like actually express like more? I mean, I always say do more, think less. You know what I'm saying? Because, the thinking part is kind of like the buffer. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like when it's your calling, there's no buffer. You know what I'm saying? When it's something divine, when you really channeling what you're supposed to be doing, you know what I'm saying, rather than what you want to be doing, I feel like there's no buffer in between. I don't think there's a time where you kind of question it. When you start questioning things, that's when you're supposed to, all right, maybe this is the wrong direction. Because you're questioning it now. All right, that's where you at. Like, but I feel like when it's a direct channel, like when you really tapped in and you really in a space where you know yourself and you know what I'm saying, you overstand.
Speak to that discipline though, because like, because as you know, when it comes to knowing yourself, it's kind of like you held that responsibility now.
Yeah, of course. And okay, yeah. So with knowing yourself, it's always a sacrifice. The more you know about yourself, the more it's gonna appear that you're gonna have to sacrifice physically, as far as to obtain, spiritual assets, or to obtain the things that's unseen, like manifesting things of the sort like that. Because of course there's work behind it, but it's a lot of unseen work too.
A lot of unseen work. Yes, sir. Cool, man. Let's see. what do you think about like the near future of music right now? Like, what you think? You know,
I feel it. I got you. So it's like, yo, every time I hear that question, yo, I think about Prince. Alright. So I'm gonna just, you know, I can't quote him directly, but it's somewhere around there. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we are still and or deeper, 10 times deeper in that hole of, you know, a sample of a sample of a sample of a sample that's been sampled. So it's like we don't really know what original is anymore.
Right.
And even myself, like I gotta learn how to play more like an instrument fluently. You know what I'm saying? So that I can create original like synths and stuff like. Because even like in my producer bag, when I do hit the keys, because that's what I use to like, you know, like a MIDI. So it's like I can create original things and I do it that way, but to be able to do it fluidly and like just like tap in and close your eyes and you know what I'm saying? Like that's a different art, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel like we losing that. I feel like we losing that, and there's a lot of repetitiveness going on, and as far as the mainstream and stuff like that, but it's also a beautiful time for music as well, because like if you're not just tapping in, if you actually looking for music, if you're actually searching for music, there's great music out there right now. There's great new artists coming out right now every day, and I feel like the tides are turning. So I'm always gonna have hope because I'm here.
Right, got you.
You know what I'm saying? But other than that, like, yeah, I feel like it's definitely at a crazy place depending on how you're looking at it.
Right, man. I feel like we had a real like pioneering state of this shit right now, man.
Yeah.
Like, at least for like the underground artists, for the niggas on the come up, the niggas who ain't pop, the niggas
that next wave.
You know, that space is open right now, and it's like rightful heirs to the throne pull up.
Yeah, no, facts.
Just keep putting in the work.
Facts. Just keep working because the door is opening.
The door is open, and just keep waiting like you've been waiting, but you've mastered.
Nah,
been
facts.
mastering.
Yeah, and then and just keep working while you waiting.
Keep working while you waiting.
You know, yeah. As long as it's the consistency too.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? That kind of outbeat skill a lot of times.
A lot. That's what makes something last.
Right.
Anything. It don't even gotta just be music, business, anything. Like, you consistent. McDonald's consistently putting them burgers up, flipping them bitches like that, bro. That's consistent, boy. Every block.
It's fast.
So, yeah, man. Dope, man. One thing I was gonna say is like, how do you say, well, all the shit you got going on, and that people just have going on in general, everyone got a lot of shit going on. Like we was talking about, everybody got their own shit. Everyone got something. It's like, how do you achieve balance to keep your shit straight? Like, what is your methodology? What is your like idea set to like keep balance in your world so everything feel cool?
For the most part, use time to your advantage. Don't let time use you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody kind of overshoots a lot of stuff, and it's because like you're not looking at it realistically. Like, you got a calendar, you got a clock. You know what I'm saying? Like, sit there and be like, all right, this is how much time it takes me to do this. All right, I'm gonna give myself 2 hours on this end and this end so I can be clear just in case mishaps happen. Like, for me, I truly just break shit down. Like, if I got a month's worth of work, I'm worried about tomorrow. I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna take a day to be like, all right, I'm gonna schedule it all out. But once it's scheduled, I'm not worried about 2 days later. I'm not worried about 3 days later.
You know what's up?
I'm worried about tomorrow and tomorrow only. Because as long as I'm worried about tomorrow, I'm always on time. That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm worried about, if I'm still in today, I'm late. You know what I'm saying? Why? I feel that way because anytime you in the day, like anytime you're like, you're not prepared for the day. Being prepared for the day is being ahead, one day ahead. Right. You just sat there and you're looking at tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Because today has already happened. You know what I'm saying? Because you prepared for it the day before. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, that's how I break everything down as far as like all my different hats and compartments that I do and shit like that.
days.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
That's it. That's it.
Month.
Once you break it down, only worry about tomorrow.
Because everything's in line.
Yeah, exactly. Only worry about tomorrow, and you're gonna be straight. But once you get in a space where you gotta boom, if you can get ahead, please go further than just tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Focus on
tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Make sure that's in order.
Period.
Make sure that's in order, because tomorrow is what you're gonna be faced with.
Period. You know what I'm saying? And something may happen, and that's why I just stay at tomorrow, because things happen that you can't control especially when you go too far ahead.
Right.
You feel me? So it's just like boom, something happened. Now you too far ahead. You like, damn. Now you in this place where you're sad. You know what I'm saying? You're not content with your life anymore because you didn't meet a goal, because something set you back because you were so far ahead. You weren't worried about tomorrow.
You wasn't aware. You wasn't vigilant, because you would have. If you was in the present moment, you would have peeped that shit.
Yeah.
Caught it before it fell off the dresser.
Figured it out.
You know.
And then while you were figuring it out, you wouldn't have had this worry of being depressed, because you wouldn't have had this goal that was set out that was so crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because you were so far ahead. So it's just like, I'm worried about tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's cool, man. I'm gonna bring it back to one last little topic on the hip hop scene, the music scene. You know, just talking about, we just lost Takeoff recently, and one of the things that I hear, read, see, whatever, it's like, why we just can't like thrive as a people? Like, why are we just like this? Of course we understand, the difference of nature and what people have been like subjected to, blah, blah, blah. But I just kind of wanted to maybe hear just your opinion on that.
Just like indigenous, like just us, like what we talking about.
Yeah, like us as black folk. If you want to say it like that, you know what I'm saying? Just our community, our tribe, our folks.
So, I mean, I feel
like, do you pay it any mind? Does that even bother you? Do you even like? Because All
right, so I'm gonna give like I'm gonna get like the inner skeleton, and then I'm gonna get an exoskeleton. You know what I'm saying? So like, as a human, I care. As a spirit, I don't. You feel me? So on a human level, we gotta learn how to communicate. We gotta, you know what I'm saying? We gotta learn the barter system. It's a lot of things that's been put out right now that's been a truth for a long time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everything come out, you know what I'm saying, 25 years later, it's been in the works. So now that they're releasing it in the media, it's just a part of propaganda, but whatever. So, boom. Now that they telling us, you know what I'm saying, the structures of how the Jews live, or the fake Jews, however you want to look at it, how they structure their systems and how they grow their families and different things like that. That was all taken from, you know what I'm saying, originally. And so it's just like, that's what we need to be doing. On a human level. Right? And then on a spiritual level, it's just like, all of that shit's small.
Be like that.
All of that shit's small. Small pebble. You know what I'm saying? We throwing that at Goliath and thinking that's gonna do, like, small pebble. We got bigger problems, and we got bigger weapons to use, honestly. But we still playing with pebbles. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can take that, or y'all want to take that.
Yeah, my nigga. Yeah, I think that's cool. How you feel, bro?
No, that was lit.
Yeah.
It's always cool talking shit.
Yeah. But in my realest sense, my idea or my wants, is just it's a have conversation.
Nah, fact.
Just kind of, like I said, speak about some things that niggas be dealing with.
And then, like, as far as like discernment, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything that I say when we like tapping in like this, take it as a grain of salt. Do your own research. You know what I'm saying? Tap in with yourself. Ask your own, you know what I'm saying? Whoever you praying to, whatever you got going on. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, I'm just channeling what I'm connected to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? These answers may not be for you. And if they are for you, they gonna unlock something that's gonna take you to, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna go that path.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know what I'm saying? Use your own discernment. You know what I'm saying? I like to put that out there because it just be like, man, people just like to run with shit.
Right, and everything ain't for everybody.
People like to idolize shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, go look it up.
Right.
I ain't create that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the first one.
Right.
I read some books just like the next one. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And that's what they say, you know. So it's like, what they say is like, the true teacher gonna tell you where to go find the shit, tell you like the real shit you need to know. Some niggas just gonna make it sound hocus pocus, like, I know it, y'all don't, but here, listen to me so I can let you know how it go. Mm-hmm. But that's not the way it goes. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But again, we don't know each other all that well, but you know that vibe there, you know, I know you there, you know, and yeah, you know, maybe have some more conversation just on a real level, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nothing forced.
Feels.
It ain't nothing like, you know.
Nah, that's facts. Mm-hmm. Nah, I fuck with like the conversation for me. I like just talking anyway, so it's cool.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, my real hope is just for like regular niggas to like feel like it's alright to just like, you know, say what the fuck they feeling.
Yeah.
But I know it don't really matter. I know it don't really like, you know.
It does though.
It do, but it don't.
It does when it's somebody, or when it's the moment that you know that's for that person. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody should be able to express themselves, and I feel like we in a space where people are expressing themselves a lot more, but we listening to a lot of the wrong motherfuckers.
Right.
And that's just right. You know what I'm saying? Right. A lot of the way the world is promoted. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like what we doing right now, it's a lot of motherfuckers on the internet right now that I just found out. I didn't even know this shit exists, my nigga. They doing like men groups on just fuckery. Like talking bad on women and all kinds of shit. And I was just like, what's happening in the world? Like, it's millions of niggas that's subscribing to niggas that talk about, you know what I'm saying, wild shit. Like, it's like, y'all is not growing over there. Like, what are y'all doing over here? Like, this is why there's a lot of bitch niggas outside. Right. You know what I'm saying? This is why, you know what I'm saying? Right. The masculinity situation is where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is why. But it's just like, I can't condemn motherfuckers for being who they are at this point. I can just motherfucking I can mind mine and protect mine and combat when I need to combat. But you know,
another thing is there's so many niggas, like I talk to some of these little niggas that I know, or young niggas that I know, and it's like, bro, ain't nobody talking about this shit around me. Mm-hmm. You know? So for me, maybe like for them niggas, for like people of that nature, or like people who like, and what do you think about that? Like, you know, niggas who like just don't have nobody around them speaking, like you say, they taking in the wrong shit. You know?
At this point,
that's on you.
At this point, right? 2022. At this point, it's on you. Because it's too many resources.
You right.
It's too many resources. The same way a nigga can get online and goddamn go subscribe to a fuck nigga. He can get online and go search up some greatness. Right. You know what I'm saying? Some real jewels. You know what I'm saying? It's people out there that's dedicated to this shit. I was dedicated to this shit for a long time. I kind of chilled on it because they kept taking down all my pages and shit. So it's in the music. Figure it out. Follow the crumbs, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, it's niggas out here that go hard for this shit, and that's gonna always go hard for this shit. When I chilled out, somebody else came in and went harder than me. You know what I'm saying? That's how this spiritual shit worked. Like, you know what I'm saying? I knew I could chill. I knew it was my time. You know what I'm saying? I did what I was supposed to do. I got where I was, you know what I'm saying? The message got out. Now I just got to goddamn continue the pilgrimage. Feel me? So it's like, I could chill. Why? Because it's going to be the next nigga right behind me that's going hard somewhere across the world. He probably in Japan or somewhere going hard as hell. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to know every hero. Yeah. You feel me? No. You just got to know.
You got to know. You got to be your own hero.
You know what I'm saying?
You got to keep identifying, dissecting out your own hero, your own powers, keep perfecting that shit.
Yeah.
And like you say, you got to be in tune. You got to know when it's time to rest. You got to know when it's time to be off, nigga. You got to know when it's time to be on the scene. It's time to be that nigga when it's not time to be that nigga. It's time to go for shit.
Yeah.
And niggas be afraid to face all that and like own and like keep that same face through all of those different situations and shit. I used to work for this lawn service company, and this old Mexican dude told me he just, he just real cool, barely spoke English, but kind of did though. But he was just like, man, I only have one face, man. You just have one face. Like, so like you're talking about the people who the customers who be like mad at him or something. They I just got one face. I tell you what I tell you. I am who I am. I am. Yeah. And I just always fucked with that shit. Like, you gotta have one face to almost do everything.
And that's real, because like a lot of, all right, so this is gonna slice some motherfuckers. So it's like one face, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't have one identity, you know what I'm saying? Because they separate their, especially artists, they separate who they are from what they created in their music, you know what I'm saying? They have an artist name that they completely differentiate from who they are at home or what their mama called them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Completely, you know what I'm saying? They act different.
Right.
You know, they hear that name, they respond different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They hear the other one, they hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
So it's just like, that should be so important to like be able to have one face in that arena.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Be able to be the same motherfucker when you hear neither one of those names. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yes. And that's what I feel I've been going through, like, shit, since I moved out here to Atlanta, man. And I think that's a very important part and a very crucial part to be able to master and like overcome. Because it is something to overcome. Yeah. Because you can let that shit go to your head. And sometimes, and even after you've mastered it, you still might let that shit. But it's about knowing how to contain it. Right. Knowing how to, that balance, you know what I'm saying? It's knowing how to know.
And not having beef with yourself. A lot of motherfuckers be compartmentalizing these motherfuckers and having beef with themselves, nigga. Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God, bro. Nigga be having whole beef with that nigga that be at home. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They love that man that be on stage, but can't stand that nigga that be at home.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? Man, look,
I'm the same motherfucker, bro. You gonna shit, nigga, everything
they be fighting.
And that's real life though, but again, niggas never taught how to even know how to
express themselves and get that out and iron that shit
and be honest with that shit. You know, my boy, you know, I'm so thankful to my, like, you know, I've always had partners growing up. I got like 2 partners growing up that like, I've been able to be here with, and you know, nigga really let me know a while back. I said, bro, you gotta let your pride down, bro. You really gotta learn how to let your pride, your ego, like, diminish that shit in an instant if you need to. You know? Because that pride will really, you know, get you.
Yeah, it's a time, place for everything.
Get you killed. Facts. Yeah. All right, bro. I appreciate you.
All right.
My nigga.
It's gonna be some good shit to chop up.
Hell yeah.
Some good footage.